Broadcasting live from the WGBB World Headquarters here in New York. This is the Big Fat Joey Show with your host, Big Fat Joey.
Hey, Sin, what's up?
Wow, it's Sunday.
Sunday, fun day. Big Fat Joey, Big Fat Joey Show. Biggest thing on radio.
That is true. You are the biggest.
I am the biggest on radio.
Well, Howard Stern's pretty tall.
Howard Stern's pretty tall, but I definitely feel
You definitely have him in the girth.
I have him in the girth. I have him in the weight. You know, it's a family show. Let's keep it clean now, okay? So, but, you know, Big Fat Joey Show. We got a great show for everyone in these crazy, crazy times. And by the way, does everyone hear this? My cup of coffee. I don't know. It just doesn't sound right. I don't know if you can hear that, but once again, another week I'm having a flat coffee. I had one a bit ago. I don't know. It's not doing well.
It is Starbucks, though, right?
I think so, but
I don't know. You made it at home. I think it was Starbucks, right?
yeah.
Maybe you took the wrong one.
I don't know. We'll have to see what we have there, but neither here nor there. I'll make up for my my coffee woes when we get out of here. But we got a great show today. We have a duo, Mike Lusk and Deedee O'Malley, called Poppyiris. Love the name. You know, in the interview, I speak about, you know, their group name Poppyiris. You definitely remember that. It's not a name that's generic. It's definitely a name that pops into your head. And you know, they said in the interview, it's named after the state flowers of both of them. Deedee lives out in beautiful California, and Mike lives over in Tennessee, and those are the state flowers for those two states. So Poppyiris, here we are. But you know, they've got a great album, Love Just Knows, but they have a great song, Why the Hell Not? KNOT, like tie the knot, get married, all that good stuff. You know what? They were out in LA having a great time with it, trying to get people to propose. You know, I think they brought out a handful of crackerjack rings, right, son?
Oh, I remember that stuff.
I remember the
And the tattoos.
And the tattoos, but they were only doing the crackerjack box ring. So, you know, we have them on the show today with their new song. What else is going on with you, son?
I did a lot of ordering today. Peapod is coming. I ordered from Boohoo. I ordered, where else? Kauai for the eyeglasses. I'm going through all the sales.
Yeah,
I can't run in and out of the stores. It's first because of the social distancing, and then the whole thing with the shopping.
Yeah, no, a lot of stuff out there.
A lot of sales.
You can't go in, can't go out, can't go anywhere with any of this stuff. So we're just doing a lot of ordering, for lack of a better word.
Yes, a lot of boxes are coming to the house. So I'm excited. I got some things coming.
Got some things coming. I'm not sure the UPS guy's excited.
Yeah, I know him now. He's just like, if I'm outside, I'm like, just put it on the grass. I'll pick it up.
Yeah, no, good guy. He's out and about doing his deliveries, and you know, he seems. I was speaking with him. He says, you know, it's busier because more people are ordering. People aren't going to the stores. You know, with Amazon, you can pretty much get whatever you want.
I've never seen so many boxes to the house. I feel like I might have a tenant, and I don't even know where they are.
Yeah, but you know, Amazon does make it easy. Especially if you pick an item that has the free returns, and you know, if it's not really something that you like, or
you have to still shop small. And then I've ordered also locally too, and they'll deliver whatever you need, free delivery. So it's been good.
Yeah, no,
but they're on their way.
You fit up all the shops that we normally shop in out in the Hamptons, out here where we live as well. All the mom and pop stores, and they've all been very generous and, you know, offering free shipping, free delivery,
no minimums.
You know, sending us pictures. You know, texting pictures to us of whatever items we were looking to buy that we saw online, you know, just to see what's it really look like, because, you know, the online pictures always look a little different.
Yep.
So no, everyone's been great with that. And, you know, you definitely got to get out and support your mom and pop, you know, stores, and you support your indie artists that are on the show, as well as all the other indie artists out there, because, you know, being cooped up in the house is no fun.
I don't know why I'm buying all this stuff. I guess next year I'm going to be all set.
Well, hopefully next year I'll be back to normal. We'll be out in the Hamps doing our thing.
But I did buy a bicycle, so it's on its way. Did you know about that? I don't even know if you knew about that. Well, I have a stationary bicycle coming.
All right.
That might be a put together item, but I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, probably something that's gonna. occupy a good part of my afternoon one of these days. All right, well, listen, we could always use a little exercise here. It's not called the Big Fat Joey Show for nothing.
We'll try to slim down a little, but still keep that.
Yeah, trust me, we're not going to lose too much weight. It won't be the Big Slim Joe Show. We'll keep it the Big Fat Joey Show.
So what else is going on?
Nothing, right? Traffic is light, but the people that are out, it seems like people have forgotten how to drive. I'm sure that's what they're saying about me as well. A lot of people a little hairy on the highways there. So, everyone be safe. Watch out where you're going. Make sure use your blinkers and, stop means full stop and things of that nature. Now, what else is going on? The dog loves that we're home, obviously.
Of course. So what do we got?
All right. So up next is my interview with Mike Lusk and Deedee O'Malley of Poppyiris. All right, everyone, let's welcome to the line Mike Lusk and Deedee O'Malley of Poppyiris. Mike, Deedee, welcome to the Big Fat Joey Show. How are you?
Great, Joey. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Joe. We're doing great. How about you?
I am doing well, thank you. Thank you for being on. I'm glad we were able to get you guys on. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we made this appointment, and summer's coming, and I figured, let's get this done before everyone starts hopping on their boats, hopping on vacations, and enjoying for me and Mike, the brief summers we get. You're in California, Deedee, so your summer is 24/7, 365.
It's summer all year long out there.
Right.
That's right.
Not where me and Mike are in Tennessee and New York. It's we've got about another day or two of summer, then it'll be fall.
Yeah. 4 days of humidity and then fall hits.
Exactly. So can you guys tell me a little bit about yourself, how you came to be, how you got your name Poppyiris? Because Mike and Deedee, I don't see Poppyiris in either one of those names. So if you could just, tell my audience exactly how you came to be, and I love that name, Poppyiris.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's got a lot of vowels in it, which is great. Well, I live in Los Angeles, California, and California flower, the state flower, is the poppy.
And here in Tennessee, the state flower is the iris.
Well,
it's we write romantic, timeless love songs. Not all love songs, but we have a lot of them. And there's nothing more romantic than flowers. So, kind of just happened pretty quickly and organically, and we both loved it. And it's hard sometimes coming up with a band name because not everybody's going to always love it. But when you both love it at the same time, that it's a good thing.
And
right.
I'm originally from Ohio, and Poppy Buckeye just sounded too much like a pirate or something. So,
yeah. Aye, matey. I think it was an English accent with that, but nonetheless. Yeah. It's definitely hard coming up with a name both of you would like, and then a name that's going to be remembered from your fans.
Yeah, something that's catchy, and through the course of as long as music has been around, there's so many names and so many bands, and it's hard to come up with something that's original and fun and likable that hasn't already been taken 10 times already.
Right.
Exactly. And we know no one else in the world has it, and it's ours. We have it trademarked, so it's great. Now we don't have to worry about merchandise issues and any of that stuff. It's ours, So
right. And everyone knows who you are. Same with, with my show, The Big Fat Joey Show. Obviously I'm interviewing you today. A year or two now, if you're in New York playing and someone says, hey, some guy saying The Big Fat Joey Shows, you're going to remember that. Be like, oh, okay, I know exactly. So if I just say, oh, this is Joe, you'll be like, Joe who? I know like 100,000 Joes. Joe who out there? Who's out there looking for us?
Yeah.
It definitely is a standout name. And when I leave messages for people, I just say, just tell them it's Big Fat Joey. They're like, okay. But they know exactly who.
Where did you get the name Big Fat Joey?
So out of all the nicknames my friends and I have given one another, for me, that's the only one that won't get me fined and thrown off the air by the FCC. So that was the one I had to go with.
Go with the Queen name. That's great.
Yes, all of them that we all have are not G-rated. So that's the only G-rated name that I have from my friends that would know. Well, the other nicknames.
A name you can say in front of your grandmother.
Exactly. So that's how I got that name.
And you can't forget it because it's fun.
Right. And you know what? It throws people off when, sometimes when I call for someone, like doing an interview like this, and I'll say, hey, blah, 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 how you doing? This is Joe, Big Fat Joey. And when they feel a little awkward referring to me as that, like, okay, Big Fat Joey. I'm like, no, you can say it. Don't worry about it. That's the name of the show. That's what I go by. You're not insulting me or anything of that nature. But no, you need to catch your name.
It makes me want to eat a big plate of pasta.
Well,
yeah.
I'm known for my hamburger acumen. 1 or 2 bites I can only take down most hamburgers. Unless someone overstuffs it and makes it something too crazy. But that's what I'm kind of known for around my local circles. I mean, I guess if I'm known for something, that would be it.
That's so awesome.
So, but hey, it is what it is. But I enjoy it. But like I said, Poppy Iris. If someone says, "Hey, somebody called Poppy Iris, they want to be on," I know exactly who that is. It's not, it's not a generic name, and and like I said, it's hard to have a name that both of you like and that people are going to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really fortunate because there's a man by the name of Mike Mnuchin, and he has created logos for Loretta Lynn, Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers, and just about every one of my favorite country artists in this world. And he's a really big Poppy Iris fan. So he did our logo just because he loved us. And he charges like $20,000 for a logo. But
I just wrote his name down. Let me scratch that off. Hang on a second here. Let me scratch that name off. All right.
No Big Fat Joey logo from Mike Mnuchin.
Back to Fiverr. Let me get back to that website.
That's so funny. Yeah, but he did such a beautiful job on the logo, and it was a labor of love, and we love it. It's great, very, very clever, very cool.
And that's what you want. He made it. He did it from his heart, not for any other reason.
Yeah, that's always the best, and that's the same thing with songwriting. I always say a lot of people can write and a lot of people can sing, but not a lot of people can tell the truth, and that's what people want in a song. They want the truth, and it doesn't have to be completely 100% autobiographical, but something about that piece of art, if it rings true, it's going to be really great. Like when Mike was over a couple of days ago, we were. I know I just had. I won't go into any details, but I had a particular person in my life who just didn't trust me, and I was like, wow, that's the end of our relationship, because to me, that's like two of the most important things. So we wrote this song called Love and Trust. And I can't, maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 months from now, we'll come back on the show and we can play that one for the audience. But yeah, it's just like things that resonate as being true are always the best art. I think your audience knows when you're lying, and they know when you're telling the truth. And when you write from your heart, it's always the best,
Always, totally.
And you know what? And that's why when I'm sitting here as you're talking, saying that, you think about who does not become a singer. I can't think of any politicians who are singers. I could think of plenty of politicians who've become actors, because that's a fake world. But I can't think of politicians who've become singers, where you have to tell the truth and use your heart.
Wow, that's such a great point.
Yeah.
So, speaking of love, you have your new album that just came out, Love Just Knows, featuring your hit song, Why the Hell Not? And not is spelled as in tie the knot, a wedding. Can you tell us a little bit about your album and about your hit song, Why the Hell Not?
You want to talk about the music video we did for Why the Hell
Not? Okay. So I was just out there in L.A., where Deedee lives, over the past week. And along with the absolutely gorgeous weather, we got to go out on to Venice Beach, which is full of colorful characters. And during the video shoot, there's a story that goes through the video as well. But one of the things we did out there, we just randomly went up to people and asked them to propose to each other.
Okay.
And And it was amazing how many people are just they're natural actors, or they were actually just couples in love, and they were just acting out their true feelings, which I think was probably really what was happening. But there was a couple people that, just when he would open up the ring box and the look on her face, it honestly brought tears to my eyes, and I was like, this is crazy. These are just people out having a good day on the beach, and here, they're making me emotional. But I loved it. It was so great.
And we had another. There was a girl that was inside of like a hula hoop ring, and she was. There are these rings that you put your whole body in, and you kind of swirl around, almost like a planet.
An acrobatic kind of thing.
Yeah, very Cirque du Soleil. And so we kept trying to get this one girl to ask this guy, or this guy to ask her. And then finally, this other girl that was also doing this Cirque du Soleil said, well, can I ask her to marry me? Because they worked together. And we said, sure. So they did this whole thing where they're kind of like rotating in these huge hula hoop apparatuses, and then they spin around, and we'll leave that to your imagination. It's so cool, but we have to see the music video. Why the hell not when it comes out? Because it was really special what they did. There were so many amazing proposals and fun, and like Mike said, there's an ongoing story with some veteran actors on the beach that kind of goes throughout the whole video. But yeah, it's all about popping the question, and it's a catchy tune, and we have a lot of fun performing it.
How did you two, come together? I mean, you're in California, Mike's over here in Tennessee. How did you two meet up and decide to, form Poppyiris?
Well, my songwriting partner, Cindy Walkoff, and I wrote some songs, and we wanted to have an amazing male vocalist on the songs that we wrote. So we called one of our producers in Nashville, Peter Young, and we said, who's the best male vocalist that you have? We want him to sing this song called This Is Not Goodbye, and it's all about kid kind of going off to college, and it breaks his father's heart, and it's an amazing song, and it's just about even like go ahead.
And Peter told them who the best was, and they said, well, we can't afford him. Who can we get for this? And he said, my friend Mike could use a job.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Actually, he said Mike without one little slightest hesitation. And so, we were so madly in love with Mike's voice, we couldn't even speak when we first heard it. We were like, oh my God. And then we started writing some duets, and I had always wanted to have a country duet.
Okay.
And so that was like one of my dreams, but I was very picky about the type of singer that it would be. I had a lot of different opportunities to do that, but when I heard Mike's voice, I said, oh, that's great. And it really happened very organically, because we just started doing duets, kind of to pitch songs to other artists.
Right. And
we were like, wow, our voices really sound good together. This could be something great. And so we started doing some shows in Los Angeles at the Country General Store, and then some shows out in Tennessee at the Mockingbird Theater in Franklin, Tennessee, and just writing and coming back and forth, and it sort of just organically happened. Like, wow, this is powerful. We should actually do this and open up for a major country artist and go out on the road and do this, because it makes people happy,
Well, music obviously definitely makes people happy. It's one of the few mediums I find that transcends just about everything. A song is a song. You either like it or you don't.
Right.
And now,
so true.
And now you mentioned, going out there with major acts. And I know both of you have played with some of the biggest stars on the country music scene. So Deedee, can you give us a little bit about some of the biggest stars you've played with? You know, I'm not going to ask you who was your favorite, but, you know, some of the big stars you played with and how that went along.
Well, one of the funnier stories I have is I had been playing at a car wash in LA. A friend of mine convinced me to play at this car wash, and I thought this has got to be the lowest, most horrible gig I've ever done in my life. And I was packing up my car at the end of the night, and some guy came up to me and bought my CD. And I said, I don't even want your money. Just take the CD. I was just in a bad mood. And he wound up giving my CD to the producer of CBS Studios, who had just lost his opening act for Glen Campbell.
Oh.
And so they were looking for an opening act, and this guy, Barry, gave my CD to Jeffrey Allen, the head of productions over at CBS, and said, I know who can open for Glen Campbell. I think it should be this girl, Deedee O'Malley. And he said, who the hell is Deedee O'Malley? And he said, just give her album a listen. So I got a call at like midnight saying, you want to open for Glen Campbell? And I said, what? Are you kidding me? And so I literally went to CBS Studios in Studio City at midnight and met with Jeffrey Allen, the head of all the 4th of July concerts at CBS, and wound up opening for every major act at CBS Studios every 4th of July for 6 years straight. I opened for Stephen Bishop. I opened for the Bus Boys. I opened for Al Stewart. And Glen Campbell was it was awesome. It was amazing. And I just have to add one funny thing that happened. I didn't know what to wear. So I went to Forever 21 and I found this pair of bell bottoms with these rhinestones on them. And I thought, oh, this is kind of fun because he's like the rhinestone cowboy. So I put them on. I'm in the dressing room and I'm looking at myself in these jeans. And I'm thinking, maybe he's going to think I'm a weirdo because I have rhinestones on my pants and he's going to think that's strange. And just as I'm thinking that, like a rhinestone cowboy comes on the speakers in the dressing room.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't believe it. And I thought, if that is not a sign that I should get these pants, then I do not know what. And I just grabbed the pants and I paid for them, and that was my outfit, man.
and that's one of my all-time favorite country songs, Rhinestone Cowboy. One of the few songs, I'm not going to say I know the whole song by heart, but one of the few songs I could sing a good chunk of it off the top of my head.
Nice. Yeah. That is great. So that was probably one of my favorite experiences for sure. How about you, Mike?
Let's see. I played bass and sang background with Loretta Lynn for 20 years, which was absolutely amazing. She's such a sweet, genuine, funny person. People that don't know her don't realize just how funny she is. She could have been a comedian if she hadn't been a singer. And along with that, I'm also a studio singer here in Nashville. And I've had the chance to work with Kid Rock, as I choke up, Kid Rock, Sheryl Crow, Jewel, Garth Brooks, George Strait, Alan Jackson, Keith Urban, a whole bunch of people.
Wow.
But I love it. And all these people are just such honestly genuine, nice people. Casey Musgrave, super sweet. It's what you see on stage, what they're like, behind the scenes is 10 times better than the people that you even see on stage. It's a wonderful community to be a part of here in Nashville, and I'm just happy to get to do it.
And that's what I hear, especially about the country singers, that they are as genuine, if not more genuine, off stage than you see them on stage. They are as nice as you think they are.
Yeah, they really are.
Well, that's always good to hear, because it's far and few between that you hear that in a particular genre or a particular industry, where that group of people always get the same accolades that way. That they're always just, in general, they're all just nice people.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's just a certain style of people that gravitate towards country music, or if the country audience sort of weeds out the legit people from the fake folks. But it is really a great industry to be a part of.
So you've both played with huge superstars, and Glen Campbell, unfortunately passed away earlier this year. An illustrious career, and you've played with Loretta Lynn. You two came together. You've put together your new album, Love Just Knows. My question is, with this crazy world of this pandemic, how have you been able to keep yourselves busy and motivated? Because you're really, I know California, must be in a different phase and what have you. You've been homebound like the rest of us. So what have you been doing to keep yourselves productive and keep the creative juices flowing?
Well, we definitely had no grass growing under our feet. We both have a tremendous desire to create art and music, so we just weren't going to let anything stop us. And that's just how it's been pretty much the whole time. The minute we found out, I guess, that things were starting to go a little strange, about 3 months ago, we had Mike come out right away, and we shot some music videos. And then when he went back, we were producing songs. Like one of the songs we wrote called So Familiar, we just immediately threw it at our producer, and he got the tracks together, and then we had them going back and forth. Mike put his vocals on in Nashville. I put my vocals on in LA, and then we sent them to Baltimore to get mixed. And our producer, Grant W. Nicholas, down in Baltimore, sent the tracks back up to LA, and we shot the music video this past weekend, along with 3 or 4 other songs that we had done, right in the middle of the whole quarantine, because I think it's what really kept me sane. I didn't have time to really think. I don't know about you, Mike, but I didn't have time to think about how crazy stuff really was. And I don't like to dwell on getting nervous or worry. I think worrying is kind of a waste of time. So I'd much rather be throwing myself into the creative process.
Yeah, I think one of the great things about being a singer-songwriter artist, you don't necessarily have to be on stage to be working. You can, you're constantly honing your craft at home. You're writing songs. You're getting new ideas for stuff, and with the modern technology, so many people have home studios, and it makes it easier to be in your house and still be productive and still work with the people that you're used to working with, even though you're not in the same building necessarily. So that's been a plus.
Yeah, and I would have been a major hypocrite had I gotten upset and not done anything, because I have this book called The Lemonade Maker, and it is an autobiographical musical book about every time that life just handed me the worst lemons with my music career or acting career. I took whatever life lemons were handed to me, and I totally turned the situation into something way better than what it was before. So I'm like, bring it on. If something crappy happens, not that I have any intention for that to happen, but if it does, I'd much rather just take that motion coming at me, or that hit or that punch, and turn it to my advantage in some way, and try to make something great out of it. But that's just one of my favorite things to do, is to just take any obstacle and turn it into an opportunity. So, I love it.
What's the message you're looking for people to get out of your music?
I think right now, with like we were saying earlier, with all the downside of what could be going on in the world right now, I think this is a project, and so far several albums worth of stuff. It's positive. It's uplifting. It's about love It's about romance. It's taken a break from what's crazy in the world right now and focusing on what's really great and what's going to stay great. And love between people, love between couples, and I think that's one of the big messages we're trying to get across.
And that's a message.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's really well said. You kind of get what you put your attention on in this life and what you validate. And if you put a lot of attention on positivity, you'll get more of that around you. So just spreading more positivity and embracing the fact that, like you were saying earlier, feeding your cat 3 times a day instead of twice a day and spoiling them. And,
right.
Just love, let the love flow as much as you possibly can and celebrate it.
And that's and this is definitely a time people need that type of message.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's very positive music. I would get criticized sometimes when I was younger for writing way too positive music. And I had one record company guy tell me, if you just write angry music, I could get you a deal. And I say, well, yeah, but that wouldn't be me.
Right.
So there's plenty of other people who can do that. Let them do that,
Right. Find your own niche and do what you like to do, because then if you're doing what they want you to do, then you actually have yourself a real job at that point. You're not, I go with that adage: if you do what you love, you're not really working. But if you're not doing what you love, you're going to dread every day waking up saying, I got to put out some more music that I'm not really,
And
I
think none of the music that we write is saccharine sweet. It's real. It's based off of real situations, but it is definitely on the positive side of things for sure. And that's a natural thing. That's not something contrived or something we try to create. It just happens, But we have this song called "So Familiar." We really had fun writing that, and that's kind of that feeling of when you know somebody for 1,000 years. You feel like you've known them for 1,000 years, and you just met them yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And some people might say, "Oh, I must have known them in another life," or "Who? Why do I feel like I've known you for 1,000 years?" Or why does it feel like deja vu? So that song's called "So Familiar," and that music video is getting edited as we speak and will be out soon. So we're excited about that.
Yeah. So what else do you have coming up? Because you mentioned earlier that in a couple of months some other music will be dropping, and you're more than welcome to come back on the show. I've already marked my calendar. But what else do you have coming up for us?
Go ahead, Mike.
We're hoping to get to do some of the live shows that we had booked from August through October. Right now, hopefully venues will open up enough to allow us to get in there with some type of a crowd, whether it's socially distanced or if they have masks on or whatever. It'd be great to get back out and in front of people again and honor the contracts we had with some of the venues before all the quarantine stuff kind of shut the world down for a bit.
Yeah, we're looking at maybe possibly a tour in Ireland. Not a long one, but there's a lot of places like New Zealand that have open theaters and no masks and people, so it's not a bad time to go to Europe.
Hey, listen.
Certain parts of Europe.
Yeah, listen. I said earlier, music transcends people, places, and things. And it's not just New York and Nashville and LA type of thing. You can go anywhere in the world, and if the situation is better, that's where you go.
Exactly, and like we were talking about before with making lemonade, because we have such a captive audience and eyes and ears on the internet, we're pushing our music and music videos, and getting them out to all these people that are at home watching, and we make sure that we try to get the most beautiful outdoor locations for people to feel like they have more space, because a lot of people feel cooped up. So put a lot of attention on making sure the locations are stunningly beautiful and very spacious, and it gives that, give people that feeling of space, even if they're kind of in their own home. And also getting a lot of press. We have we just got a beautiful write-up in American Songwriter, which is my favorite magazine of all time. And that was such an honor for them to write up our whole story of the Greener Where You Are music video shot in the poppy fields. And we have another girl saw us on Americana Highways from Music Connection magazine and called 2 days ago and said, "I loved your music so much. Can I review you in Music Connection magazine?" And that's just the kind of thing you love to hear.
Right. Well, congratulations. Now, how can my audience find, follow, and keep up with everything Poppy Iris?
Well, you can go to Poppyiris Music, Poppyiris music.com. And that's our website. And you can get basically everywhere from our website. You can subscribe. We have a bunch of YouTube videos and links to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And, just make sure you put that music at the end of it, Poppyiris Music, and you'll be able to get to all of our social media accounts through that name.
And also, Deedee, how can everyone get your book that you wrote?
Oh, the Lemonade Maker?
Yeah.
You can, that's on my own personal website. If you go to deedeemusic.com and you go to the part of the website that says books and video, you'll see the Lemonade Maker is there, and you can get the ebook. And that's an interactive book with 21 songs that you can read the wild stories of how I turned a lot of obstacles into opportunities. And there's a song to go with every story. And you can get the ebook right there.
Well, I'm definitely going to check that out. Well, Mike Lusk, Deedee O'Malley of Poppyiris, thank you for being on the Big Fat Joey Show. I wish you nothing but
Thank you,
luck
Joey,
and success in everything you do. And I can't wait to have you on towards the end of this year, and we'll talk about how we overcame this crazy lemon that was thrown at us.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having us on, Joe.
Yeah, thank you, Joey.
No problem. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right. What a great interview.
So good. And it's so, with this pandemic, at least people can make music and entertain us.
Make music, entertain us, and we can all have
very thankful for that.
Little bit of fun. Yeah, no, it's good. That's why, music is good. Especially, in these times, and, stuff on TV is, a lot of doom
repeats,
and gloom.
And it's all repeats.
A lot of repeats because no one's filming.
Nope.
Everyone's shut down pretty much. So, hopefully whatever shows you like to binge watch, them again. That's
true.
That is definitely true. We've got our $1 Million Listing LA we love watching, and we've got, some Summer House. It's on the Peacock Network now. And,
and the
news, and,
there's not much on.
Goldbergs, that's always good.
Oh, that's your favorite show.
It's one of my favorite shows. Yeah, it's fun.
Yes.
It reminds me of my childhood, growing up like that, and, having a great time. But you know what? Up next, we're going to be playing Poppyiris' latest hit, Why the Hell Not?
Driving down to Rio for our weekend getaway, laughing like we always do and wondering where to stay. Finishing my sentence before I start to say,
it's a beautiful day. You stop and run around the car, get down on one knee, saying,
let's get married, girl, you're the one for me. And she said, why the hell not? Why not tie the knot? Why the hell not? Why not tie the knot? When I look at all the endless love we've got, I say, why not tie the
tell my mama, 'cause she'll kill me if I don't. She is so excited, drops the phone right on her toe. She tells me you two aren't getting married all alone. I'm calling everybody I know.
Your cousin's from Chicago and your uncle from LA. Your sister and your brother are all getting on a plane. And I say, why the hell not? Why not tie the knot? Why the hell not? Why not tie the knot? When I look at all the endless love we've got, I say, why not tie the knot? And we're standing at the altar, about to say our vows. It feels so good to tell the world, say it all out loud. There's no question in my mind when I say I do, and when he says it too. He says, why the hell not? Why not tie the knot? Why the hell not? Why not tie the knot? When I look at all the endless love we've got, I say, why not? Why the hell not? Why not tie the knot? Why the hell not? Why not tie the knot? When I look at all the endless love we've got, I say, why not tie the knot? Why not? Oh, yeah. Why not tie the knot? Why not tie the knot?
Why the hell not? What a great song, Sin. What do you think?
Absolutely. I totally agree with you 100%.
Quick quiz, Sin. How long we married?
20 years.
A little too long on that
You
answer.
got me quick. I was thinking about other things, the song.
I see you eyeing up my cookie over here.
That's right.
You know what? Poppy Iris, Mike Lusk, Deedee O'Malley. Why the hell not? Everyone, go out, support them, pick up their music, their album. Do yourself a favor. And why the hell not? Go get it and listen to it. What do you think, Sin?
I'm in. Count me in.
Count you in. Well, you know what? Our in is almost up.
Out. It's almost out.
Yeah, I mean, it's that time again. I always say tick tock, tick tock. But, it's, the day goes fast, especially when you have great guests like
Absolutely.
Poppy Iris on. And it's a great, catchy tune. And, it's definitely on my playlist. And you know what? We're going to try to do some things today. We're going to stay local, no ham. So I think we're just going to maybe take a ride out to the beach and see what the seagulls are doing.
Maybe we'll bring the dog.
You really think he wants to come out?
I think so.
No. He's home.
A little humidity, but that's all right.
He's home in the air conditioning. He doesn't want to go anywhere. He's more than happy. He doesn't want sand in his fur.
That's true. Well, we're out.
All right, everyone. Well, this is Big Fat Joey. Biggest thing on radio here with Sin, reminding everyone to
Make every sandwich count.
Peace.